Well, with Valentine's Day just around the corner, anyone looking for love online is being warned to think with their head, not their heart. New data revealing romance scams are on the rise, with 1 in 5 Aussies, young and old, already falling victim this year.
It's hard to believe it's still happening. For more, let's bring in dating and relationship practitioner Georgia Grace. Good morning, Georgia. There are dangers with online dating, as we know. What are some red flags that people should be looking out for?
I think there are some really important red flags that I think everyone should be looking for, whether you're dating online or in real life. And if that is someone who is telling you that they love you or they want to marry you after a few moments of talking, looking out for language, whether they are abusive or cruel in the way that they're speaking with you. But also if they're requesting money, they're letting you know that they are in trouble or they're sick or they're unwell or a family member is as well and they need a little bit of money to help them out. I'd be wary of that. As well, if they're asking for or offering to give you some amazing investment advice that they have all the answers to everything, just to kind of keep your wits about you whilst you're navigating these new relationships online.
Yeah, well, that's why they're called scammers. You know, sometimes it's just hard to pick the lies, isn't it? But new data has revealed the top lies that they're using to steal from people looking for love. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so some of those top lies are the ones that I've already mentioned, being that they need some money to help with a family member or themselves, that they're really keen to get married straight away and they're talking about long-term goals. They want to send a package or they need help with a delivery. And they're requesting some financial support from you.
Hey, you can obviously see why so many people are turning their back on online dating, especially among young people. So how do we find old-fashioned love?
Asking for a friend, please.
Asking for
looking
all
for some
friends.
tips.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm a huge fan of online dating. Many of my clients have met many people who they connect with, whether that's a hookup or a long-term relationship. However, it's not for everyone. And I'm really curious about this term old-fashioned because a lot of my clients will say that as well. But old-fashioned dating wasn't always easy. It was hard to meet people. It was hard to connect with people who perhaps wanted the same thing. But a question that I love to work with is what's getting in the way between you and being vulnerable or being confident or asking to connect with someone, and then we'd work on that. And a lot of the time I find that clients are fearing or scared of rejection, that if they ask to go on a date with someone that they're going to hear a no. But actually, I think as a society and a culture, we need to start celebrating no's. If someone doesn't want to go on a date with you, awesome. How about you find someone else who is maybe in the right space or time of life where they're wanting to date and they're attracted and interested in you. I think another tip is to start to challenge some of these gendered or social norms that assume there is one gender or one person who should be making the first move. Because if you're always acting in that way, then perhaps you won't ever get what you want. We also work with communication, so how you can communicate with people in verbal or non-verbal cues, and also start to look at celebrating the relationships that aren't just about dating, because it can feel exhausting. I know, I see it all the time with my clients, that it's vulnerable putting yourself out there, it's vulnerable going on first dates. So how can you start to prioritise the other friendships in your life and fill your cup in other ways than simply always needing to go on dates with others?
All right, Georgia, great advice this morning. Were you taking notes?
Too many, that's the problem.
Thank you, Georgia. For more romance tips, you can search Georgia Grace online.
I'll be doing that.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Karl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Karl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?